What's going on, traders? In this video, I'm going to share with you how you can actually grow a small Forex account and build it into a sizable account. We're talking $5,000, $10,000, even $17,000 I did one time. So if you do have a small account and you're looking to grow it, stay to the end of this video because I'm going to share my entire strategy so you can actually benefit. This strategy isn't going to be for everyone. So if you're a long-term trader, this isn't going to be for you. This is a 15-minute, 30-minute play. We're talking about getting in and out of the markets within 30 minutes to actually make your money. So the first thing that I'm going to share is I'm going to share my trading view chart. So let's go ahead and set up the chart on gold. So what you want to do is you want to bring up gold, right, on trading view. And right here you can see I have gold and I'm on the 1 hour time frame. Okay, so price is currently over here. And then we do see some indicators. So the indicators that I use are the 8 and the 21. So I'll explain that later, but for now, let's go ahead and set those up. If you're not used to EMAs, go ahead and hit indicator, type in EMA, and then you're gonna see moving average exponential. Once you have that highlighted, go ahead and click on it, and then you're gonna see a line plot on your chart. The first one, you wanna reset this to 21, and then you can go ahead and style it if you want. So I like to have my lines a little bit thicker so I can see it better, and then I hit OK. Same thing with the 8, okay? You go to inputs, correct that to 8, and then if you want to style it to a different color, you can go ahead and do that as well, and then hit OK. So I used to get caught in these false breakouts on larger time frames, so I needed to figure out how I can actually use volume to my advantage so I can actually make money. And the only way that I could make money with volume is to trade on smaller time frames. So there's 3 things that you need to know about this strategy. There is the trend confirmation using the EMAs, the break of structure, price action, and then third is the breakout confirmation, right? Using volume to your advantage to confirm that price is going to continue going in that direction. All right, so now that we have the 8 and the 21 set up, you can see that right here, you're gonna notice that price crossed and price started going bearish, right? So now that price is underneath the 8 and the 21, you can see that price is respecting structure and it's bearish. But before we get into the 8 and 21, let's go ahead and mark up our price action. It's very simple. I go to the line charts and then I look for simple structure. So the reason why I use line charts is because it's easier for me to identify structure. So, and I'm gonna point them out just for you. So right here, you can see that price touched this area multiple times, right? And we're still on the 1 hour time frame. So let's go ahead and go towards current price. You're gonna see price came up to this area a few times. It doesn't have to be perfect either, y'all. It doesn't have to be perfect, okay? So price came up to this area a few times as well, all right? So now that we have our 1 hour structures built, let's go ahead and get more granular and go to the 30-minute time frame. So now we have a little bit more detail and we can see clearly that price is hanging around in this channel, okay? So what we wanna do is we wanna mark and identify the take profit areas. So let's go ahead and mark up other areas of interest where price can consolidate potentially. So we see another area right here, or I see another area right here, and you can see that price hung out a couple of times right over here, right? So you wanna look for at least 3 touch points to confirm that this is a solid structure, and in this case it is. And then the same thing for a sell, because the thing with the strategy is you want to either buy when price breaks out of a certain structure, and in this case it's going to be the channels that we're waiting for price to break out of. So right here you can see that there is another area of interest. So let's go ahead and confirm that. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so clearly we see price hanging out in this area, right? All this area. This is essentially the no trade zone. So let's go ahead and make a note of that right quick. So no trade zone. Okay, so the reason why I'm saying this is a no trade zone is because you're waiting for a specific window of opportunity, which is London session. So typically I see volume starting to pick up around 11:30 to 12:30. So sometimes volume picks up early in the London session, and then sometimes it might lag and then pick up around 12:30 a.m. Pacific time. So what you want to do now is you want to wait for price to either break down or break up. So I'm going to make a drawing for you guys just to show you an example. I already drew something up for you guys, and let's go ahead and mark this as the no trade zone. So guys, this is the no trade zone. Okay, and let's say price started going bullish. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to wait for price on the 15-minute time frame. Again, 15-minute time frame. Once price breaks outside of that channel and it closes above that structure, now that's a confirmation to get into a buy. So what you want to do is you want to take this buy right around here. So let me go ahead and draw it up for you. Oops. So this is where price closed, but you want to buy right here and then put your stop loss right below here and then ride it on up. Where you want to ride price up to is the next price action area. So again, if price is coming up and it closes above and starts going to the next price action area, this is where you would buy. So let's go ahead and bring out the long tool. I would put my stop loss safely below the last candle, right? And if you have at least a 1 to 2 risk reward setup, then you're good to go. So right here, you can see that I have a pretty sizable stop loss on the 15-minute time frame. We're using volume to our advantage, and then we can see that this is the next price action area right here because the touch points 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is a solid target where you want to set your take profit areas. Okay, so again, you want to wait till price breaks out, closes within that 15-minute time frame. Let's go to the 15-minute, and then once it closes above, and you can see that price is basically above, then now you have a solid volume play on a short time frame. Same thing for the sell. So let's get rid of these drawings really quick. Let's make this channel a little bit wider. So again, right here, you're gonna notice that price comes down here and then closes below the structure, right? So let's say price is kind of respecting the zone, right? Maybe a little bit of bounce. It might come out the channel a little bit, but then it eventually closes, comes up, and then now right here you see that price is coming down and it closes below structure. So right here you can see that clearly price is right there. So you want to get into a sell right here and then write it down to the next take profit area, right? So let's say your next structure is right here. You want to set your stop loss right around here and then take price all the way down here. Okay, so let's go to the real charts. It would look like this. Price is breaking, 15-minute candle closes, and now we have a short opportunity. And so the reason why this is a very effective strategy is because of volume, right? We're not trading on huge time frames where price can start reversing and start going the other direction. We're using volume to our advantage, and we're talking in probability. So we have a high probability area where price could potentially go. So those are our structures. And then we also have volume, right? So we're talking about a 20 to 30 minute play, right? Maybe an hour sometimes, but most of the time I'm in and out of the markets within 30 minutes because of volume. As soon as volume picks up, that's when you want to get into the trade. You either buy or you sell, and it's very simple. You have a 1-to-2 risk reward setup. Most of the time, if it's 1-to-1, it's still good, but you have many more opportunities to get into another trade. Typically, I take 1 to 2 trades in London sessions. So if I get stopped out one time, I have one more opportunity to get into another trade. And if I lose that trade, I'm done for the day. So I would only recommend trading 2 times in London session with this strategy. Okay, so let's talk about the indicators, right? The EMAs, the 8 and the 21. So once you have the 8 and the 21 set up, it's basically just a guideline. This isn't something that you want to take too serious where you're like solely dependent off of the 8 and the 21. It's just a guideline. So right here, you can see on the 1 hour, let's go ahead and zoom out of the 1 hour. You can see that price is respecting the 8 and the 21, and it's below, it's above structure, right? So price is below the 8 and the 21. If you scale down to the 30-minute, it's also below the 8 and the 21. And if you go to the 15-minute, it's also below the 8 and the 21. So price is respecting the 8 and the 21, and this is a confirmation that price is bearish. So if price breaks below this area right here, so let's just pretend price breaks below this structure and it closes below on that 15-minute time frame, I'm for sure gonna get into a sell because it's a confirmation. You have the 8 and the 21 confirmation, you have the break of structure, and you also have volume. And this is a strategy to build your small account, right? I use Osprey FX as my broker because I have 500 to 1 leverage. So I can afford to, risk almost my entire account. I'm not gonna do that, but this is how I've actually grown my small $500 account to $10,000, even $17,000 sometimes. So if you guys have any questions, I do have a free Discord community. I'm gonna provide that in the description below. So feel free to go ahead and join. I'll answer any of your questions if you need more in-depth technical breakdowns, but this is basically the whole entire strategy. It's that simple, y'all. If you do like this kind of content, go ahead and subscribe and hit up your boy in the Discord group. Peace.